on a Monday.
Happy Monday. Welcome to the New Leaf News presents the Legends Clubhouse. I am Bobby Kaboose, as always, with Monday Night Lawson, or Larson, as some call him. What's going on, man? How was your weekend?
It was really exciting. We had both final series. We had some crazy baseball shenanigans. We were just talking before the show about the crazy Rafael Devers trade, which it was so funny because when the trade got was being posted all over like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'm like, wow, I just saw him hit a homer off Max Fried literally 2 hours before, and then he gets traded.
Yeah, and I guess I wonder if that's a little bit of a hangover from the beginning of the year where he refused to play anything but third or whatever the hell was going on with
hmm
Alex Bregman and him, and you know,
And what's even more
I
funny
guess
is Bregman's
everyone's
still
out, dude.
Bregman's still out with injury.
Yeah,
So now you
and
really
and
have
the
no one.
funny they just swept the Yankees for the first time this season too, and
Mm,
now he's gone. He's a San Francisco Giant, and as far as the Giants might be one of the teams that I know least about. So I'm not really sure, what's going on over there. So I don't really pay attention to a lot of the West Coast stuff because it's just too late, and I don't care. And they're National League. Like, why am I going to care about
mm,
National League until the World Series, right?
they
So
as of this morning they have a 41-31 record that is 2 games back of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they're 1 game ahead in the standings over the San Diego Padres. But
what are they in the wild card? How are they in the wild card?
in the wild card, they are currently sitting in the National League. They are the 5th seed right now.
Okay,
So it
so
looks
they
like they're the third wild card or
yeah, so
second wild card. Yeah.
that should be a good pickup for them.
Mm,
I'm not sure about his contract, how much years he has left or whatever,
right.
if the guy's a rental or what, but it should be instant impact for the rest of the season, at
hmm
least for their playoff push.
Speaking of the
But
Dodgers, did you? I said yeah. Speaking of the Dodgers, did you see real quick before you dive into any tangent you're about to go on
yeah,
because we left
I'm
the
not,
app.
I'm not, I'm not
Um,
going on it. Dude.
I hope not
You don't know
because
me. You don't know me.
you think you know me. The
Yeah. You think you know me? You you have no idea. I'm
Shohei is
not.
pitching tonight. I don't know if you saw that.
Shohei's pitching tonight for the
Sh-
first time.
Shohei is pitching tonight for the first time since 2023. He's making his Dodger debut as a pitcher
Nice.
against the
Wait,
Padres tonight
he's not making his Dodger debut.
as a pitcher.
He's never pitched for the Dodgers yet?
No,
Ever?
no,
No way.
I'm dead serious.
That's all bullshit.
This is his first time getting like live reps in a game pitching for the Dodgers.
He's been for the Dodgers for like 5 years.
1 year.
Last year was his first year as a Dodger?
Yep.
Whatever.
Which is
Um,
insane to think about because
right, yeah,
last year he went 50-50.
all right. Yeah, whatever, dude. He's been a Dodger his whole life. This is like his millionth start, dude. It's not special. That's kind of actually a little bit mind blowing.
mm.
Eh.
I mean, he's been in
Anyway,
Anaheim, until then. So I mean, it's like kind of like move down the street.
right. Well, I was gonna go on a tangent, but I don't go on tangents. I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're gonna have a
Because
lengthy
my
discussion.
no, yeah, my tangent was I asked you how was your weekend, and you're like, well, we had all this fucking trades and all this fucking. That's not what I asked, man. I didn't ask what went on
You
going
know
on.
what? You're
Sports.
right. My
I said,
weekend.
how was your weekend?
You know what? You're right. My weekend was fantastic. How was your weekend?
That's a word, but
Yeah, it is.
I don't think fantastic is a word,
The
dude.
R is normally
But
silent.
huh?
The R in fantastic, it depends on like where your dialect is. Sometimes it's silent, sometimes it's not.
Dude, it's too early for this shit. No, it was a good Father's Day weekend.
Mm,
Was able to spend some time with the girlfriend's parents and father, and
mm-hmm.
had some barbecue, and then we played Uno Flip. You ever play Uno Flip?
No.
It's
What's
pretty good. It's not as good as or Uno Revenge, but Uno Flip is like so. There's the regular Uno side, and then there's a flip card where all the cards flip and they get like fluorescent colors, and there's like plus fives and draw
ah.
fives and all these other crazy cards.
Mm.
The Uno Revenge, that one, dude, you can stack as far as like someone could draw 20 cards at one point, and we've played like close to 10 rounds of Uno Revenge, and no one has ever gotten out like by having the last card and just placing it out, because you can eliminate people if you have more than 25 cards in your hand. So like you
So no one's
so
no one's ever won just by like Uno. All right, put it
yeah,
down. That's funny.
exactly. But we got the Uno Flip last week when we were up north on
Mm.
vacation, and we really like it. And but there was a time where I gave my girlfriend three trips around the table. I gave her draw fives, so she had to draw 15.
It's terrible.
In her in 3 turn span, and then I skipped her, and then she got really upset. Anyway. But and then that was all Saturday. Sunday,
Mm.
so I wake up, dude. I wake up, and my girlfriend's parents' house is a relatively big house. It's got some room, right? So I we stay in the basement when we stay there, and I wake up, dude. Right? I wake up to take the dog out at like 6:45 in the morning, come back down, and my girlfriend's like, yeah, in about an hour I'm gonna make breakfast. And I'm like, okay. And I meant to say like, wake me up when you make breakfast, right? But I didn't. I went back to sleep, and I woke up around 10, right? Well, I get up, and I check my phone, check all social, whatever, use the bathroom, go upstairs, and dude, not one dog is around. Not not her parents, not her. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm going like in the family room, in the living room, in the sitting room, like like look outside. Like, did I miss something in the basement? Like, and then I come back up from the basement, and I'm like, I made my family disappear. And dude, I thought I was in Home Alone, dude. I was about to set up fucking traps and shit. Like, I was gonna put like dog toys by the door, so just in case someone came in,
It
they'd
would
fucking,
squeak.
yeah, I would, yeah, or like, trip or fall or something. I was gonna put some like, cleaning products that maybe slippery on the floor, just to protect myself, dude. Like,
Right.
hang some fucking shit that I could fucking swing and hit somebody just in case. I was fucking terrified for about
Right.
10 minutes, dude. Um, and then they came back, but I got to do something that I've never done before, and I got to drive a Corvette, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
Um, her dad let me take the Corvette out, and
Ooh.
um, I think he thinks I'm kind of a pussy. I don't know if we can say that word on air, but I just did. But because, dude, so it's not my car. It's an expensive
Mm.
car, and it's my first time driving it, dude. Like, I kind of drove it a little slow.
Mm.
Um, I got up to 70, but I did. He was like, so we go down this main road that's like 50 mile an hour, and like two cars pass me, and he's like, you're not supposed to let cars pass you. You're in a vet. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking just fucking run it,
Yeah.
like, and fucking crash the thing, or get pulled over or
Mm.
whatever, dude. Like, so I go back onto the main road that their subdivision's off. He's like, turn into the parking lot here. And I'm like, okay. So I turn in the parking lot. We switch spots. And dude, we go back on the road that we were just at. He fucking turns and just fucking vroom. And I'm like, he's like, I just wanted you to hear the supercharge. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
That's
this is
so
fucking nuts.
funny.
With the top down and shit. It was fucking fun, man.
I remember when I was younger, I was probably maybe 13, 14. My uncle just got like this really nice sports car. Once again, I'm not a car guy, so I couldn't tell you whatever it
Yeah.
was. It might have been like a Challenger back then, and we
Hmm.
were driving wherever, and it was like it was damn near brand fucking new, and we go down like this just not busy road at all, and he says, "Hey Lawson, check this out," and he pushes it to like 106, and I'm like, "Hey yo, you better calm the fuck down." Oh,
Oh,
that
but
shit
yeah,
was so
her
funny.
dad's weaving in and out of traffic and shit, dude. Like we got up to like about 80,
Yeah.
which is crazy,
Mm.
um, but yeah, dude, it was fun, man. And but the thing is, too, is like when I sat down in it, when I was going to drive, dude, I was like, I told him I was like, I don't know what to do, and he's like, what do you mean? I go, because I'm too tall for the car. And like so, like my eye level was right where the windshield ended. So I'm like, do I look above it or do I look below it through the glass?
Yeah.
So I had to actually put the visor up and flip it almost like outside of the car,
Right.
and so I could see. And I was like, "Can you put do these seats go down any farther?" And he's like, "Oh, the knob's on the side." And it did go like we were the lowest that the seat went. So I was like, "Dude, this like." So I'm like slouching with my knees kind of. I mean, I was still comfortable, but like, man, if I was any taller, I wouldn't even been able to fucking fit in the car.
It's so funny when you see like Shaq do a lot of like those little car commercials, and you're like,
Mhm.
your big ass don't fit in that little ass car. Or like
Right.
when I think it was him and John Cena, they were in a commercial and they were in like a little punch buggy, and so you got
Yeah.
Shaq 7 one big ass and Cena swole
Mhm.
ass. They're fucking just rubbing arms against each other.
You see me.
Dude,
Um,
you
but
couldn't see
yeah,
him
man, it
because
was.
Shaq's big ass was taking up the whole car. Yeah, I
He's
fucking love
riding,
Shaq.
he's riding with the general.
It might have been a general commercial.
It probably was, dude. I think I remember that. His
That's so
fucking half his body's coming out of the general's fucking car, that little animated car.
that shit's so funny. The amount of commercials that Shaq has been in over the years is
Dude,
insane.
he had a fucking TV show called Shacked and a Fool that was like terrible. I don't know if you remember this.
I it was a segment on Inside the NBA and it was awesome because
Well, no, he had a TV, like a whole TV show.
oh, for real?
Um, yeah, it was like a Tosh Point oh TV show where like they would like watch videos from the internet, and it was
Hmm.
fucking terrible. He had like him and like some random people that I don't think were like quite, they were probably comedians or
Yeah,
something.
but they were like the
Absolutely terrible.
hosts. Oh, it wasn't a good
Yeah.
show, damn. Cause
No, it
the
it only lasted like probably less than a season before
Because the
it
Shaq and the
canceled.
full, cause the Shaq and the full segment on TNT, has been legendary. Because they just go around the league and pick players that are just
Mhm.
like they get called for a travel where it's like off on the inbound. They just take like 8 steps and then start their dribble,
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" Just goofy stuff
right.
like that.
But the thing is, too, is like a lot of times they don't even call that shit. Like I seen a clip of like Russell Westbrook doing that shit. Like he's just like literally carrying the ball.
Yeah, it was
And
that
I'm
clip
like,
where they, it was in
how do
Golden
you not call
State.
that?
Yeah, huh?
I'm like, how do you not call it travel? Like literally, like no one's paying attention to this dude.
The,
Like what the fuck?
it's funny because the amount of non-travels that get called, but then like the slight pivot foot carry, it's like, oh, travel,
Mhm.
and it's like, dude, he took 8 steps 4 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and y'all just let it play
right,
on.
right, right.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. So what else? What else is new? I told you what I did.
I mean, you already know that nothing I did. However,
What you sat
our
in the room?
and watch the sports. Yeah, I mean, I did. Me and my dad, we sat on the call for a little bit on Father's Day because he's on his way to Virginia Tech for work. There,
Do you have a retractable roof in that room? Like,
mm,
can you get some sun,
oh, I can get some sun. Just not,
or are you
just
just like,
just not in
are
this
you
room.
just
Yeah,
like a hermit?
it
You a
comes,
hermit crab?
it comes, it goes. My sister and her boyfriend, they took the nephew to lake yesterday, so that was pretty cool for them.
The lake? Did you go
Yeah,
to the lake?
I did not go to the lake
Why didn't you go to the lake?
because my mom came over and me and her were hanging out and stuff like that.
Why didn't mom go to the lake?
I'm not mom. I don't fucking know why she didn't go to lake.
Dude, like why? That's why?
I don't know.
Did mom not want to see sister, boyfriend, and nephew?
She's home when they got back. She said, "Hey, I got a text. She was like, "Hey, I'm on the way here. I'm on the way here." And I was like, "Well, they took them to Lake, right?" And she was like, "Well, yeah, we can just hang out or whatever." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And so,
I think mom hates sister and boyfriend and nephew. I
hey,
that's why wouldn't she go to the lake? Like
mm,
the lake sounds amazing. It's a lake. It's outside.
it's a lake. It's
Out
outside.
warm. Like
That's funny. I don't know, man.
instead you did she just sit in your room with you?
No, we were out in the living room and outside and all that
Oh,
jazz.
okay. I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if there's any other rooms in the house.
yeah, bro.
Um,
It's just
like I said,
this.
man, you need a retractable roof in your room so you at least get some sun.
Yo, a convertible fucking a convertible room. I
Right.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember when I
You got a
was.
Cardinals jersey on, right? Is that a Cardinals jersey?
It's a Capitals jersey.
Oh, whatever, dude.
I remember growing up. My nanny, at her
You got a
house.
name?
She's my dad's mom, but me and all my cousins call her nanny, right? So I remember they were when she when she lived in the mountains. She had this giant sunroom, and it was like the width of the house. And so I'm sure you know what a fucking sunroom is, but for
Yeah, the
so
Florida room or whatever it's called.
yeah, kind of, but it was like,
I think.
huh?
It's also, I think, called a Three Seasons room.
I've never heard that term before, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, though, but it was the whole room was like the length of the house, and it was damn like it had obviously a roof, but it was just all like big ass windows and shit, and there were a couple beds in
Mhm.
there. When like me and the cousins would go up there, like we'd all sleep in the sunroom. It was messy half the time because we're all a bunch of children at the time.
You're still a child.
Anyways,
Um,
I was very rude.
it was very rude. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Thank you. It hurt
Um,
my feeling, and I accept your apology.
yes. Um, anyway, what else is going on? Because I'm half asleep,
Mm.
so I'm trying to make it through a Monday. I don't want to work.
Our
It's gonna be a long week. Um,
our bet is officially on life support between us because your Edmonton Oilers blew a golden opportunity at home in Game 5 to take not a stranglehold per se due to how close the two teams are, but they lost in Game 5, 5-2 at home, and so you are looking for a miracle in Game 6.
dude, it's not a miracle. We're not in 1980. We're not the USA versus the Soviets. We are Canadians, and we're gonna march. And you know what? We're winning the Stanley Cup just in time for Canada Day. And Canada Day is
Mm.
July 1st for people that don't know Canada Day. It's also Pamela Anderson's birthday. It's also Princess Di's birthday. You know,
You said Pamela who?
Anderson.
Who is that?
You don't know who Pamela Anderson is?
Can't place her. No. Hold on.
Baywatch.
Who?
Baywatch. Baywatch.
The original one?
Yes.
Or the Zac Efron remake that they made in like 2000?
She was in that, like at the end, but
Oh, was she? I was gonna say because
yeah.
me and my boy, I remember when it was coming out. I remember when it was coming out. I was like, "Oh, this movie looks hilarious. We should go." And so me and my boy went. And when I got home, my mom was
You
like,
thought it
"Oh,"
was terrible, didn't you?
I was like, "This is just so stupid, goofy movie."
So no, so the movie is just like how the TV show was. I don't know why people got pissed that about the movie, but like literally it was the exact same thing. Like it's like the TV show was like so like Efron's basically making fun of the TV show the entire movie. Like
Mm.
because the TV show was like, "Oh my God, these like drug dealers have a bunch of cocaine that they're trying to smuggle." Like, okay, call the fucking FBI or call the police. Like instead you have these fucking beach patrol people like that are supposed to be just lifeguards taking down fucking criminals and you're like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
I think The
why
Rock was in the
why?
movie too.
Yeah, he was. And
It
like,
was such a
and it
funny
was
movie.
um Pamela Anderson starred in that. She was also in Home Improvement. Do you know what Home Improvement is?
No.
God, you don't know who Tim Allen is?
I know who Tim Allen is.
Okay,
That's Buzz
it was
Lightyear.
his sick. It was his sitcom. So yes, he is Buzz Lightyear.
I just saw the twinkle in your eyes disappear.
Dude, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, like how different people see, like younger people see actors for certain things versus
Dude,
whatever.
we've already established this over like 4 different episodes. I don't know actors' names. I know roles that they've been in.
Yeah, Pam Anderson was the main
Mhm.
chick on Baywatch, and then she played uh what it was her name? It wasn't Heidi. It was someone else. She played on Home Improvement.
Mhm.
They had a TV show on Home Improvement called Tool Time,
Yeah.
and she was the tool girl that would bring out the demonstrations and stuff for Tim and Al Borland. You don't know who Al Borland is either,
Nope.
because you never seen the fucking show. God damn it, dude! I met him at Comic Con. His name is Richard Karn. He used to be he was a host of Family Feud at one point.
Oh, the
He
old white
is
dude.
no, not the old. I mean, he's white and he's older now, but no, not that guy.
I was gonna say because I've seen older clips of Family Feud before with Steve Harvey, and I'm like, oh, so I guess they did have it before Steve Harvey.
It goes back to like the 70s, dude.
Until I saw that clip, wouldn't have known.
Oh my god,
What? My bad, I'm not a historian on Family Feud.
dude, you need to be. So it started. I don't think Richard Dawson was the first guy, but Richard Dawson was the most popular guy in the 70s. Then it went to like um Louis Armstrong, I think his name was. He was a big fat white dude comedian. Then it went to Richard Karn, and there was maybe a one or two other people in between somewhere in there.
Hmm.
But Richard Dawson, dude, like Wu Tang has a line about Richard Dawson about his Family Feud thing. And Family Guy also makes fun of it because Richard Dawson would like literally kiss every girl, every woman on the show, and like it would be like right in front of their husbands, dude. It was just fucking weird.
I rem-
Like he he was
I,
just and like
I remember
the
that
guy
episode
like
of Family Guy. Yeah.
yeah he like makes out with Lois. Um, but yeah, it was a
he
different time, I guess, back then, dude.
he pecks her, and he said, "Oh no, I've waited so long for this," and then just like completely makes out with him and like slaps his ass or something,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, yo, what? But that's
yeah, man.
hilarious. The
Yeah, it's crazy how like imagine you being up there and your wife like is right next to you and he just fucking goes in for like a kiss on the lips and you're like what the fuck was that, dude? Like
like
just
you
because I'm on your fucking show doesn't mean like you can fucking have my wife cheat on me with you.
like yo, what?
I'm like what the fuck are you doing,
Dude,
dude?
some of my favorite Family Feud questions and stuff when they'll ask like an obscure answer, like when the first two people are up to see what family goes first and stuff, and neither dude fucking hits the buzzer to answer, and they're just like not doing it. And then the camera always pans to the wife, and they're like
Yeah,
fucking confused, like, why won't you answer the question? I'm like, you don't
yeah.
want me to answer the.
Well, that's not about me, right? Right.
Yeah,
No,
no, it's
well,
not.
yeah, it's what a bunch of guys would say, whatever.
Yeah, we asked 100 married men. It's on those 100 married men.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to think like a guy.
Yeah, dude.
Um, but anyway,
Mhm.
um, so we've covered the Devers, we covered the hockey. There's basketball, I think, on tonight.
There is
Game
basketball on
five.
tonight.
Game
The
five, dude.
the It's so interesting because through the first 3 games, I'm like was so, even though I picked the Pacers to win Game 3, I was surprised is the way that they won, and I thought that the Thunder bouncing back showed great, resiliency. Shea dropped 15 of his 35 in the fourth quarter, including 15 of the team's last 16 points. Uh, if OKC, wins 2 of the next 3, I think Indy goes into the offseason. It's like, damn, we had a 7-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 4, and
Yeah.
we let them off the hook.
You let them off the hook.
You let them off the
Yeah.
hook. I don't know. It's really interesting because once again going into the series, me and you both were like, oh, OKC's gonna roll, and
Yeah.
then Indy's pace, they've really shown to me that they're not changing the way they play for nobody. Rick Carlisle coached the team in 2011 that upset the Miami Heat, and if they can pull this off, because it was a best of 7, then it was a best of 5, and now it's a best of 3.
Right.
Which
No, exactly.
I think it'd be real. It'd be awesome if this goes 7.
Yeah, no. I think I still think I still think it's gonna be 6 games. I don't
Hmm.
see it going 7. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think whoever wins game 5 is gonna win game 6 as well. Who do you got tonight? Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think OKC, like how game 2 was a flex game where they just blow them out. I could easily see them like cruising them about midway through the third. They go on one of those 20-3 runs and just kind of put a stranglehold not just on the game but on the series, because yes, the Thunder have been a bad road team.
Yeah.
I could see them really stepping up in a win or go home for 7 game. However, if it's tied or within striking distance with about 8 minutes to go, I think it really favors
Right.
Indiana, because Indiana's been one of the clutchest teams, not only just all season, but look in the postseason run. They've been down, 15 in the fourth quarter in multiple games, and they've still found a way by hell or high water to pull out the W at the end.
Yeah, man. Are they a team of destiny or are they not? I think OKC wraps it up, man. I think they
Yeah.
win tonight, they'll win game 6,
Hmm.
and it will be over. And they will be a first time NBA. I almost said WNBA champion, but NBA champion.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of the
but
WNBA, I'm sure you saw Major Reese. She had a triple double yesterday.
no one cares.
Hey, dude, it's awesome.
Sorry.
Good for her.
Yeah. How many rebounds did she get of her own?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'd have to. I'd have to
Did
check.
you see what RG3 said about that shit? He's
No, what do you
like, put her
say?
in He goes, put her in an open gym by herself, and he goes, she'll have 10 points and 10,000 rebounds.
That's terrible. That's so funny.
And then people started calling him me bounds.
I
I
didn't
was
see
like,
it.
oh my god.
Me bounce is crazy. Oh,
Yeah, Angel Reese tried to like spin it. She's like, you could call me bounds, key bounds, rebounds, and like all this other shit. And she's like, they're all mine. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't make a basket,
that's
so
so
this a
funny.
fucking
I don't.
doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have to find the clip. That's hilarious. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure you saw that Desmond Bain got traded
I
from
did. I
from
didn't know what that means. So I thought he was a villain in Batman. So let inspire me.
So Desmond Bain was the, depending upon how you value Jaren Jackson Jr., he was the second or third best player for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a really nice player. He averaged 19, 6, and 5 last year. He was traded to the Orlando Magic. Now the Orlando Magic, they've been a young and up and coming team since they drafted Paulo Banchero, right? They're just young, feisty, good. They were an excellent defensive team last year. They just couldn't score because the nucleus of their team is really young. I like Desmond Bain. I don't like the package that they gave up. They gave up KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, really nice 3-and-D player,
Former
uh,
Piston, I know him.
former Piston. Um, some would say Pistons legend. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. They traded Cole Anthony, who was a really nice player off the bench. Could take away some of the on-ball pressure when Paulo or it's so interesting because their superstar Paulo Banquero, he's so young. There's still a lot for everything that he's extremely good at. There are a lot of things in this game that needs help. And when Cole Anthony would come off the bench and stuff like that, it was kind of like a not a sigh of relief as if you don't want Paulo on the ball. Paulo just hasn't developed and polished that part of his game, so it really it was an exhale for when Paulo would go to the bench, so Cole Anthony could come in and score and run a little bit of the offense. They gave up 4 unprotected first round picks and a pick swap.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy to think because a couple years ago, Rudy Gobert goes for 4 first round picks. Then Mikal Bridges goes for 5 first round picks and a swap. And in the Luka trade, Luka went for obviously there was the 80 and stuff, but 1 first round pick attached.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
To have that many draft picks, and I
Mm-hmm.
know NBA that you don't value draft picks as much as the other sports, but
Right.
shit, man.
It's it it's
It,
still a,
does the Magic still have Hito Turkoglu?
they do not have Hito Turkoglu.
Oh man, that sucks. But they might want to look into re-signing him because if they need some offense, I remember him being
oh he
pretty decent and putting the ball in the hoop.
oh he was like that in the mid and late 2000s. He was on
He
that.
was way better than Howard. Dwight Howard sucked. Always sucked. Always will suck.
What's wrong with Dwight? You don't like Dwight?
Dude, no, because I think he doesn't have like a winner's mentality, man. Like I think he's one of those dudes that I just don't think cared about the sport. Like it was like oh, I'm just good at this, so I do it. Like I don't know. He just never seemed to like care. Like or at least that's how he came off to me.
Yeah,
And I'm like, because his athleticism alone,
dude
he
is
could have been.
freak.
I feel like he could have been like the most dominant big man of all time, and like it just never seemed like he developed any kind of game. Like
Yeah, and that's
he
true.
would basically like dunk the ball and like, but like he didn't never had like a post game. Like he never
No,
could shoot the ball. Like it just didn't seem like he ever worked on anything. He was just like, well, I have God given talent, and I'm just gonna use this as far as I can get. And
right.
then like I just feel like he could have been like as dominant as Shaq at one point, and
Hmm.
like he wouldn't have been able to lace Shaq's shoes.
Right, and like with Dwight's athleticism and for his lack of offensive game, like you're right, his footwork it was good, not great. He wasn't doing post fades or his he never had like a go-to move per se. Like he wasn't doing turnaround jump hooks, drop step. It was okay. I'm going to use my athleticism and strength, and he was a fantastic defender. I think because the NBA came out with their top 75 a couple years ago, and he was
Mhm.
left off the list. I'm like I think like Dwight's a 3-time defensive player of the year. He got his ring late, even though once again he wasn't a main piece on the team. He wasn't an LeBron AD, but he was a nice and key role player to that Laker team in the bubble. But I like
That year
the.
doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't count for anything.
The Mickey Mouse ring counts, Mr. Caboose. The
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I just like. I feel like Dwight, and especially with all his off the field stuff. I said off the field, off the court stuff a couple years
Off the field.
ago. Yeah, when when it was like being rumored and memed on Twitter that he was dating like transgender women and stuff like that, and everyone was clowning him. Where it's like, hey, he likes who he likes. Who gives a fuck,
Do you, homie?
dude? For real.
But yeah, man. I think he left a lot off the court as
Hmm.
far as what he could have brought to the game,
Right.
and just like
I feel like a
I don't
lot.
know, it's hard to
Mhm.
explain. And I think
Right.
that's why like Kobe was like, dude, get him off the fucking Lakers the first time.
Yeah.
You know,
It's also really interesting too when because to describe something like that, it's not something I can point and show. It's
yeah.
just it's something over the course of his career, his body of work, where there are a lot of players that
Mhm.
are just crazy athletic, and that's what they'll rely on till it falls off.
Right. Yeah, and it was similar to like an Andrew. Like I feel like he was like a glorified Andrew Bynum. Like
Hmm.
Bynum was kind of the same way, and that's why Kobe wanted him off. Like he's like, dude, like You're not gonna come here and like not work your ass off and not fucking want to win. Like,
Hmm.
get the fuck out of here, dude.
Right.
Give me Al Gasol instead. I think they played together actually, but anyway. Um,
Yeah. I was gonna say he was on those championship. He was on those championship teams.
yeah. Um, what else? Derek
Did
Fisher.
you want to talk about someone who just is a random role player that has played some of the biggest role key spots in a lot of big time playoff games? Like him and Robert Ory for what they
Yeah.
seem to find themselves in the right spot at the right motherfucking time.
Doesn't Robert Horry have like 7 rings or some shit?
Yeah,
7. That's
big
crazy,
7.
dude.
Dude,
He
the
fucking hit a big 3 against Detroit in the finals for the
mm,
Spurs and crushed the hearts and souls of all Piston fans. Rashid left them open.
do
Why, Rashid? His name's Big Shot Bob for a reason. Why?
do you still dream about that? Like, damn, that was our chance.
No, man, I have a life. We
Good
won the
answer.
championship in '04.
That was a good answer.
So,
He's right. That's fine.
are you like I've never like I get pissed, right? I'll get pissed in the moment, like when the Lions like blew their lead to go, in the NFC Championship game. I'll be pissed like that night, but like it doesn't like or like an hour after, but I'm like, fuck, dude, that sucks. But then I get over it. Like I'm not like I don't understand people that like, if their team loses, it affects like the rest of their day. It affects like everything. And I'm like,
I'm
dude,
like that. Yeah.
you have
Like
nothing to do with this fucking game. Like, who gives a shit?
I can remember every I can remember like damn near every big time Steelers game that we've lost over like the past 13 years in the playoffs. Like the game we lose to Jacksonville at home, the Jesse James pass, the fucking when
Tebow,
the Tebow
Tim
game
Tebow.
when fucking Fitzgerald Toussaint fumbled when we were in Denver in 2015, up 5 in the fourth quarter. Remember that like it was fucking yesterday, because D'Angelo Williams was fucking hurt, who was backing up Le'Veon Bell, who was also fucking hurt. Like, dude, I'm right there with you.
Wait, D'Angelo Williams that was on Carolina.
Yeah,
He was on Pittsburgh.
yep, he was.
Huh.
Yeah, he's backing up Le'Veon Bell. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, man.
That
Yeah.
shit
I
pisses.
just don't understand. I don't understand you people.
Yeah, and yes, you can throw me in with the you peoples of
Yeah.
those sports fans, because I'm right there with you, dude. Well, I'm not right there with you, but whenever my team fucking loses, unless it's like unless it's in a regular season basketball game, because there's so much volume of it.
Yeah.
I assume I would feel the same way if I was like a Braves fan, because it's like, oh, there's a fucking
Mhm.
103 there's what, 182 games, 62 games,
Yeah.
there's 162 games, so it's like, oh, we lost one game in fucking May to the White Sox. Who gives a fuck? However, with the NFL, there's so your windows will slam so fucking fast that it's like, look at Detroit now. Last year, well, 2 years ago, that they were up in San Francisco. Last year, number one seed, and granted, y'all fucking hurt to piss, and then Jane
Yeah.
Daniels just ruins the fucking day, and it's like, just like, damn, dude, we coulda did something.
Right, but the thing is we have the greatest quarterback to ever play quarterbacks in Jared Goff. So,
He's so
um,
good, and
he
people hate on
he's
him
gonna
so
win.
much.
He's probably gonna win 8 of the next 10 Super Bowls. So I'm not really concerned.
Can you not do that while I'm drinking? I'm gonna spat everywhere.
What? What? My Jimmy?
Tell some goofy ass joke like Goff's gonna win 8 of the next 10.
No, dude, he is. Like he'll probably win the next 5 in a row. Like you can't tell me that they're not.
Dude,
And then he probably like that. So he'll win the next 5 in a row. Then they'll lose, or they'll probably get there in the 6th year, and they'll probably lose against the Raiders, and then they're gonna get there the next year and win, and so that will be 6 out of 7.
hmm
Then they're gonna go back to back. So they'll win their seventh. And then they're gonna lose again in the Super Bowl. To probably, if I could guess, this is what, 9 years down the road. The Bengals. They're
Okay.
gonna lose against the Bengals, and then they're gonna win the following year, probably against Jacksonville. So they're gonna win 8 of the next 10. Goff's gonna retire on top. He's gonna go into the Hall of Fame as the greatest quarterback ever to do anything. And they're gonna have a huge statue. But like it's gonna be like huge. Like you're gonna be able to see it from space.
It's gonna be
And
like
it's
the Great
probably
Wall of China.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be like the largest, like what's the largest building in the world? The Sears Tower or something,
Yeah.
um, or something in India. But the Taj Mahal, I don't know. But it's gonna be larger than that,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be off smoking a cigar, and probably ashing out on a Green Bay Packer or something.
It's so
But
funny because I was just talking to my dad about it yesterday about like the NFL and stuff like that to where like the AFC, if you don't have one of the superstars, it's like, well, you better have a damn good team, and even then, it might not matter. And for the NFC,
Mhm.
because I threw out a couple takes, and I told him, I'm like, I'm not saying if I was a stockbroker to buy, but I'll buy a little bit and just hold off on it and wait. Um, I think Dallas is on. I think Dallas is going to be on the short list for one of the worst teams in the NFL next year. I think
Mhm.
their issue is what it was like the past 2 years, where their roster they have like 4 to 5 great players, and then it just
Right.
falls off a giant cliff. And with the addition of George Pickens, great talent and player, however, when he goes off the rocker like he did in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin has the cachet to kind of say, hey George, head in the game, we're gonna need you. Do we think Brian Schottenheimer has the cachet to do that?
Yeah, he's a
No.
Schottenheimer. He's a
He's
Schottenheimer.
not Marty.
Yeah, but he's a Schottenheimer.
Don't give a
Dude, you know how much I would give to be like Bobby Schottenheimer?
Oh, I bet you'd give
Wow.
a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like for Dak, for as mobile as he used to be, then he shattered his
You call
ankle.
Bobby Schottenheimer.
Bobby Heimer. That's so funny. Oh, just random thought that just popped into my head. Right?
Yeah.
You remember when the NBA in 2014 did like the nickname jerseys? You remember
Yeah.
that? They need to bring that back. Don't ask me why it just
Well,
randomly popped into
I
my
guess
head.
you can put Schottenheimer on their back. Dude, I was telling I went to my nephew's baseball game over the weekend,
Yeah.
and he's got a kid on his team named Macias, and I was like, oh man, you know what I would do if I was the coach? I would just put a bunch of Latino last names on the backs, and so like the other team would just be super intimidated. Like, oh man, we gotta fucking go against four Rodriguezes and a Fernandez and a
Dude,
you know
it's
Gian. We're gonna get destroyed.
it's crazy because I saw like some of the projected teams because the World Baseball Classics next year.
Yeah.
I saw like some of the teams for like the Dominican Republic and in the U.S. and I'm like, fuck, these teams are lit. I remember during the last one when in the final it was Tokyo versus U.S. and fucking Shohei came out and struck out Mike Trout. This shit was crazy.
So we speaking of baseball, we got the girlfriend's dad some Tiger tickets for Father's Day / his birthday,
Mm.
and he's going Thursday, and they're against Paul Skeens. Man, it just worked out that way.
Is he like the probable pitcher?
Yeah, on Thursday. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Do we know who's pitching for the Tigers yet? Yet or no?
Montero, I think
Mm.
Montero. I forget his first name,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Did you?
Scoobles I think pitching Wednesday.
Mhm.
So
So we know what Wednesday is. Tarek School pitches day. I don't care what his
Yeah,
prop
man.
is. Over.
Over.
Speak.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of a pitcher, did you see that Zach Wheeler is retiring after his contract's up after next year?
Yeah, man. I like so my buddy, who is a huge Mets fan. He doesn't know he's a huge Mets fan, but he is.
Hold on.
You know, when
What
they
does that mean? you don't know you're a Mets fan?
so I was kind of fucking with him, right? And
Right.
I think I actually did this in the article too because I was like just literally just fucking with him. For another stupid company that we worked for. Um, well, I worked for. Um, I wrote an article about David Wright getting his number put into the Ring of Honor
Yeah.
at that's Shea Stadium or whatever they call it now, City Field, whatever they're fucking playing in. Um, and I put in the article that it was my friend's favorite team, and I was like, "Hey, man," I sent him an article or say favorite player, and he reads the article and he texts me. He's like, I didn't know I liked David Wright so much. And I was like, no, man, remember? Like, you fucking love him. Like, you wanted, like, the t-shirt jersey of him and in, like, every team that he's played for,
That's so
meaning
funny.
just Mets.
Yeah.
Um, and, like, in every, like, home, away, alternate, all that stuff. And, so I just kept doing that, like, saying, like, dude, like, you know that David Wright's your favorite player.
Right.
And, like, to a point where I think now he believes it. So, Zach Wheeler used to be a Met, and used to be a Philly, or is he still a Philly?
He is still affiliate, and what's even more funny is when I was putting stuff on the scroll wheel and all that jazz, I put up his baseball reference just to see, okay, because he's been a really good pitcher for like the past 4 or 5 years, and I'm like, oh, has he just always been cracked? Like is he just like that? And he played his first like 2 years in New York, missed a year for injury, and I'm like, I didn't even know bro was a Met. I just known him as a Philly because
Yeah,
he's been.
he was part of. I believe he was on the team with Degrom,
Mhm,
with Noah Syndergaard. Him, like it's crazy how good their rotation was at one point, and
mhm.
not. I don't think they won a World Series with that team.
He was also
Um,
second in Cy Young voting last year.
yeah, so
Hmm.
dude can ball out, man. And we mentioned the Tigers too, dude. Like something happened yesterday for the first time this season. Um, so they were winning 4-2 going into the eighth.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, this game should be over. I went and took a shower, took a nap, went to the bar later that day
Hmm.
for my Sunday fun day, and see the scroll bar, and they lost 8-4. And it was the first time this season that up to going seventh inning or later that they lost. They were 31-0
Wow.
going into and they fucking lost. But it's just one game of 162, so
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them in the ass. But that would have been, what a stat to start 31-0 and it would have been nice to see,
Hmm.
if they could have continued that.
Hmm.
But
Speaking of not necessarily blown leads, but just funny stuff like that. When my dad called me yesterday, first words out of his mouth, "Are the Rockies that fucking bad?" And I'm like, "Yes,
yep,
they are."
yes.
Because you know 2 days ago, Spencer Strider finally woke up. 6 innings, 3 hits, allowed 13 Ks. It looked like Spencer Strider. And
Mhm.
as a team, the Rockies batted 4 for 32 with 19 strikeouts. And I'm like, damn, that's fucking nuts. Y'all fucking blow.
What's the record
They're currently 14 and 57. Now,
right
yesterday they played, the last game of the series against the Braves. Right?
Yep.
Get a load of this shit. Grant Holmes. Do you know who Grant Holmes is? The pitcher for the Braves?
No.
Anyways, he's a pitcher for the Braves. He went 6 and a third, gave up 2 hits, 3 total runs, 2 earned runs, struck out 15,
Damn.
and they lost 10-1.
Jesus, 15 and 6 1/3?
And they lost.
That's what? Wait, the Rockies won?
They won 10-1.
Damn. Hell yeah, Rockies,
they,
dude.
they scored 6 in the 7th after they took 6 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. It was so fucking funny because I don't really like I pay attention to baseball, but it's not like
Mhm.
I don't know the Braves 18th relief pitcher or whoever.
Oh yeah.
There's this fucking pitcher. His name is Iniel De Los Santos. Bro fucking blows. They threw him in there. They threw him in there for Grant Holmes. Sorry if you ever see this. You got more baseball knowledge than me. Immediately gave up 3 hits,
See this,
3 hits,
but you
3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs. Walked a batter, didn't record an out, and they pulled his ass.
dude. So everyone has a bad day.
But dude, if I was Grant Holmes, I'd be pissed.
Let's go back to why did your dad call you? Why didn't you call your dad?
I called him and he didn't answer. So he was returning my
Sure.
call.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I called
We
him.
all know you don't bother.
I called
We all
him.
know.
I called him. He didn't answer. He called me back. He said, "Hey, I was asleep," and I was like, "Thanks."
That's a lie.
I
He was probably with his other. He was probably with his favorite child.
probably
How
no,
many
but
kids
like,
does he have?
huh?
15? How many kids do you have? 15?
Just me and my sister. His
Okay, he's probably at the lake then.
fucking probably. The it's funny because do they have Bucky's up there, or is that a South thing?
I think that's a South thing.
So I've never stepped foot in a Bucky's. I know what it is. My dad fucking
Mhm.
hates Bucky's because they don't sell Pepsi products. And huh?
It's Coke.
Yeah. And my dad is a pet.
He doesn't go to. He doesn't go to McDonald's.
Not willingly.
Mm.
And it's so
He's
funny
missing
because,
out.
huh?
He's missing out on the McDonald's Coke.
Dude, I mean, it's not these anti-Coke. He'll drink it, but if he has a preference, it's Pepsi. And so
Yeah,
fucking,
but like when you said it, he's like, "No, I'm not going there because they have Coke." Like that would eliminate most of the places, dude.
he just fucking hates Bucky's, dude. One of the reasons is Pepsi products. And he said, "Yeah, I just pulled into Bucky's." I'm like, "You hate fucking Bucky's?" I fucking hate it here. And I'm like, "Yo, what the beaver do to you?"
Yeah, yeah. I've only recently heard of Bucky's,
Mm,
so uh, yeah, it must be a non goddamn Michigan thing.
yeah.
But maybe I will get some on the way down to Nashville next week.
Mm.
But
Yo, I just thought
what
about
else
it. I just thought about it
is
since
on? And I'm about to fucking just fall asleep live on air, dude. Oh my god.
I just thought about it. Are we gonna do the show live?
We might we might be able to swing that.
We might.
We're gonna have to adjust Wednesday
Yeah,
next week. Probably do a show Monday and Tuesday, because Wednesday will be my I'll be driving. So,
yeah. We'll
uh,
figure it out. I was gonna say that that's what the social media's for.
all right, but yeah, we might be doing it live.
We
Do you have
might.
a laptop? You able to do this?
Oh, I can do it.
All right,
Yeah, that'll be
all right.
Hey man.
I'm gonna bring it. Are you gonna bring it?
Oh,
It's already been brought in.
am I the Rock?
No, man, it's Bring It On, dude. I'm sure you've never seen that movie either,
That's a movie.
bro. It's
Is
the
it?
greatest cheerleading movie of all time.
You said it's called
Yes,
what?
I said,
You said
Bring It On.
Hold on, I'm about to
It's with
Google
your
it.
girl Kirsten Dunst and Eliza Dushku and
It came out in 2000. I see that. It's a comedy
yeah,
slash sport movie.
yeah.
Uh, let me peep cast.
You like, oh my God, Burr. It's
Gabri-
cold in here. There
Gabrielle
must be
Union's in
some
here.
cold in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Oi,
dude.
oi, 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 ice, ice, ice,
Bro,
ice.
I was born in the year 2000. I
That doesn't
wouldn't.
mean you can't watch a cheerleading movie.
You're right. I have not seen this movie. Is it lit? Do I need to watch it?
Dude, you need to watch this. It's the greatest cheerleading movie of all time.
I'll have to check it out.
This is not
This is
a
not.
cheerocracy. This is a dictatorship.
It's not up for debate. This is the best cheerleading movie.
Dude, 100%, man.
I'll have to check it out.
100%. Like I said, Burr, it's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere. Oi, 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 oi. Ice, 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 ice. You'll learn.
I'll learn the jingle.
Yeah, do you think a white girl came up with that? Hell no.
It was probably Gabrielle Union when I was looking at the cast.
See? You're catching on.
Mm.
They're the East Compton Clovers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And it gets heated. I'm just telling you, man, it gets heated.
That's funny.
So
It's also interesting to see like what movies like certain people remember from like like earlier because once again they're not. I bet this movie was on VHS.
no.
Oh, it went straight to.
Well, you probably could have got it on VHS, but
Yeah.
DVDs I think were a thing. Um, but no, yeah, it's a great movie. You also, if you haven't seen Clueless, you have to watch Clueless.
I'll put that on the
Have you
list.
seen?
No.
Came out in '96. Early Paul Rudd,
Wow.
very early. Alicia Silverstone, Brittany Murphy, Stacey Dash, the black dude from Scrubs. Um, who else? I don't know. Some guy named Elton. He plays
John.
Elton. No,
Damn.
he's a dick. Um, just remember Elton's a dick, and remember Christian's a cake boy. Um, you know what a cake boy is?
No, but I got it locked in here.
It's uh, it's a synonym for pride.
Ah,
It's called a cake boy, which I
gotcha.
don't know. That's the only time I've ever heard that term, so I don't know if it's. I'm sorry if it's derogatory, but um,
We get canceled because your dumbass don't know.
maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's in a PG-13 movie. I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
Right.
Um,
That's
but
funny.
anyway, I think that kind of wraps it up. You got to watch those two movies though. Clueless,
Wait,
bring it on.
before we wrap it up, Nerfies.
Nerfies. What did I do on Friday? Did I win?
It's your pick.
Or why did I? Let me. Or I actually got the date wrong. June. Brewers cards. Let me check real quick. Brewers versus cards. Um, June 13th.
Friday the 13th. I was gonna say because mine hit. I don't know about yours, but
Well, if yours hit, I know mine hit. Yeah, mine hit.
what's that
Fuck.
supposed to mean? If mine's right, yours can't be wrong.
No, it can't. So, I'm glad we established that. What's the date today? 6/16.
Today is the 16th.
So let me see here. I gotta pull up the probable matchups. Do you have one in mind?
I'm peeping as we speak. Give me. Holy
By the way,
fuck!
what's your
Here
record?
it is. I'm 9-4, 9-5, and you're 10-4.
Yeah, 10-4, baby. I know who you're gonna pick because I just saw a horrible pitching matchup.
What's that supposed to mean?
You picked the Rockies, bro. That's what I think you're gonna
One
pick today.
time. No, give me. Let's go with a ballsy one. Give me the.
See, that's why you're not. You're the ballsy one. Okay.
Give me the Red Sox and the Mariners. It is Lucas. I don't even know how to say bro's name, but he's got a 5.45 ERA, a 2-1 record. And
Giolito?
huh?
Lucas Giolito. He used
Lucas
to be a White Sox. He used to be
Lucas
a White Sox.
Giolito. I believe in you. I believe in you. And he's going up against Lucas Gilbert, who is making his first start since
Logan Gilbert.
too many L's, damn
God.
it. Lucas Logan Lawson, too many L's.
Larson.
Larson,
Lars.
it's confusing.
Larson.
Logan Gilbert, he has a 1-1 record. It is his first start since April 25th. He has a 2.37 ERA and given up a 236 batting average against the Red Sox. My ballsy pick was going to be, which it's not. I've already locked it in.
Rock.
No, it's gonna be the Padres and the Dodgers. However, every time I bet on Dylan Cease, he fucking blows. I don't bet on him his last start against the Dodgers. Fucking goes 7 and strikes out 11. I'm like, great. Thanks.
So your pick's probably gonna lose again. Not gonna lie. So I wouldn't lock that in. What
Almost.
I would lock in and why I am gonna go 11-4 as a nerfy pick is I'm going with the Astros Athletics. It's a division game. It's Lance McCullers. He's got 1-2 record, but 4.91 ERA with 39 strikeouts, and they're versus the greatest pitcher that's ever pitched in the history of baseball, Tibbet, to be determined. So we're not sure about his stats, but hey, if we don't know it, the Astros don't know it. They can't prepare. So let's go. Astros Athletics making me 11-4. I wouldn't touch
Solid.
that Red Sox game.
Well,
Not only because it's not going to hit, but Larson gave you a loser. So